The original King Kong from 1933 is an all-time cinematic masterpiece. It revolutionized special effects and told an emotional story with a giant ape at its center. There's been many reboots to the series, with the most recent coming from the Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson in 2005. But now, Kong Skull Island is the second film in the shared legendary monsters universe. The world that started with 2014's Godzilla has now expanded to include everyone's favorite giant primate. But is it any good? Well, yes and no. There's some incredible things about this film. There's also some really bad things about it. Let's start with the bad. There's a good story in this one, however the script is terrible and the human characters are completely forgettable. That's saying a lot when you have such amazing actors as Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Goodman. Only John C. Reilly's character stands out as the crazy old World War II vet that's been stranded on Skull Island for 28 years. The random assorted soldiers are in here simply for cannon fodder. No one cares about them. Hiddleston, Larson, Goodman, they're all wasted. They perform their parts well, but unfortunately what they're performing as a script is the cinematic equivalent to hot garbage. The humor fails to land 90% of the time. The 10% that work all belong to Reilly's character. The fact that I saw the movie and couldn't remember any character's name immediately after walking out says more than I can say about how important they are. They're just here to progress the plot. Speaking of the plot, I'll give you a quick synopsis. A scientist that everyone thinks is crazy convinces the government to send him and a team of soldiers to investigate an uncharted island. While everyone assumes it's just a mission to explore the island, the crazy scientist actually went there to prove his theory that giant monsters roam the earth. Sure enough, Kong shows up and does his monkey smash thing while the crew try to reach the extraction point to get the hell out of Dodge. There's generic infighting amongst the group where one faction wants to kill Kong and the other half sees him as the savior against the other monsters. In a sentence I never thought I'd say, the standoff between Kong and Samuel L. Jackson is quite satisfying. It also ends exactly how you'd expect it to. What makes this movie work though is the fact that it's a King Kong movie, and boy does he shine here. While not quite the biggest, this is the most aggressive Kong we've ever seen. He smashes and fights the other strange monsters crawling all over the island to protect the natives. He's their god. Like the original Kong, this version has a personality and seems to be compassionate. He's simply defending his home against the invaders. The visuals truly are stunning and Kong has never looked better. His fight scenes are a true marvel and will make any fan of giant monsters vomit with excitement. His first real appearance fighting off the army helicopters is an incredible introduction to the character. His battle with the skull crawlers? It was reminiscent of the original's fight with the T-Rex, but this one is much faster paced and far more brutal. While Kong's signature finishing move wasn't present here, he more than made up for it in sheer spectacle. I really cannot say enough about how beautiful both Skull Island and Kong himself are. In fact, all of the creature designs are phenomenal. This movie is basically a big budget B-movie, and I'm okay with that. These giant monster movies have rarely been high art. What this lacks in substance it more than makes up for in spectacle. It did manage to create a new mythos for the character of King Kong. Instead of being brought to New York and climbing the Empire State Building, the whole film takes place on Skull Island. It even explained what happened to Kong's parents and how he's the last one left. These are nice touches. Kong Skull Island is basically a placeholder to expand the universe and introduce more monsters. It feels like a setup to the inevitable clash between Godzilla and King Kong, you know, the one that's rumored for release in 2020. While the story in 2014's Godzilla is better to what's presented here, Kong Skull Island's monster battles are far superior. If you go into this looking for a great story, you'll probably be disappointed. If all you want is giant monsters doing battle in spectacular fashion on the big screen, you'll dig it. Overall, it's worth seeing in the theater. While the human characters are sorely forgettable, the gratuitous screen time for Kong and the other monsters more than make up for it. It's a big dumb fun action movie. It's all it's supposed to be, and it certainly succeeds. Oh, and there is a post-credits scene, and it's a doozy. Looks like this universe is about to expand again. If you dig me rambling about movies and giant monsters, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I release videos every week. Hit that thumbs up if you dig King Kong. And did you see Skull Island? Leave a comment below telling me what you think of it.